Now at 6, a small hospital is growing and hoping to close the gap between rural and city health care. And the Dane County Farmers Market is back for another year. Hear from vendors excited for the start of the season.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Those of us living in big cities might take nearby clinics and hospitals for granted, but in rural areas, healthcare isn't as easy to come by. One area hospital in a small city is actually growing, helping to fill that gap as it plans to expand. Our Madeline O'Neill shows us how.
Columbus Community Hospital in Columbia County is planning a $15 million expansion, hoping to keep up with demand and continue providing services for those outside big cities.
We do not allow our geography to define our commitment to excellence.
With a population of less than 5,000 people, you might not expect Columbus to be home to a major independent health system.
We don't feel bigger is better, we feel better is better.
But sometimes to be better, you do have to go bigger.
We have outgrown what we had anticipated to be future growth, and we need to grow again.
How can a hospital in a small town continue growing? Staff members say it comes down to the patients.
It's an ongoing mutual relationship of respect and trust.
Serving a roughly 25-mile radius ranging from Sun Prairie to Beaver Dam. The hospital covers plenty of ground and services, filling a need for residents from smaller communities.
The costs of transportation are often not factored in when receiving care, not to mention the convenience. As we deal with elderly population that have more difficulties.
Columbus Community Hospital finished up an expansion project less than 5 years ago.
By 2016, with the growth that we had anticipated, or not anticipated actually, we needed to come back to the table.
Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Fish says more space is needed for patients and staff.
We started in 2014 with 5 providers. We currently employ 15. Plus, we'll be adding an additional 2.
The $15 million expansion will add a clinic building to the hospital, and plans include a new rehab center, more office space, updates to the pharmacy, dining area remodels, and empty space for possible future growth.
As we continue to grow and deliver high-quality care, when you're able to do both, it's truly a magical moment.
The hope is to maintain that balance so the hospital gets bigger and better to serve patients for years to come.
And we just hope they keep putting their trust and faith in us.
Remodeling inside the hospital has already begun, and construction on the new clinic building will begin this summer. The entire project is expected to be done by the summer of 2020.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Let's get a look at your first alert weather. Dave Caulfield is out on the patio. We had a little bit of sun today.
Yeah,
Dave,
we started.
It peeked through.
Sorry, Matt. We started off with a little bit of sunshine. I was excited to tell you about that, but the clouds have really been tough to get through this afternoon, and I've tried to knock on them. I've tried to kind of get them out of here. No dice for the most part, and that really capped our temperatures in the low 40s. We are seeing a little bit of sunshine break through the clouds on the WISC-TV Skycam right now, but temperatures are in the upper 30s. Northwest wind at 6 miles per hour, making it feel more like 35. So highs today were in the low 40s for the most part, closer to Janesville and Kenosha. Those numbers were in the upper 40s, but still about 10 to 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. Temperatures right now are in the upper 30s, close to 40 degrees, and we will head down into the 30s as we get into the overnight hours. At least winds were better today. Not as breezy outside out of the north and west at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. Some gusts of close to 20 miles per hour, but that beats close to 40 like we've been dealing with over the past couple of days. And temperatures will be close to 40 tomorrow for highs. Another chilly day outside with a chance of some rain and snow showers, especially across southeastern Wisconsin. We'll take a look at the possibility for those snow showers, plus talk about some milder air on the way for next week in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. New at 6 tonight, a man is facing his second OWI charge after he drove into a pole outside an East Side bar. Around 9:45 last night, 42-year-old Benjamin Kalman was driving past Tangent on the 800 block of East Washington Avenue. That's the same building that houses the Sylvie Music venue. He lost control and struck a pole and a sign outside that building. Kalman tried to run away but was quickly chased down. He's also facing reckless driving and hit and run charges. Milwaukee police say 4 people were shot in the span of just over 10 hours last night. One person died from that gunfire. A 35-year-old man was fatally shot around 2:45 this morning on the city's north side. The other shootings happened yesterday. A 27-year-old man shot himself and a woman when his gun accidentally went off. They are both recovering from minor injuries. And a 26-year-old man told police he was shot while driving around 7:30 last night. He also has minor injuries. Police in the Twin Cities are giving an update on their investigation into why a 5-year-old kid was thrown off the 3rd-floor balcony at the Mall of America. Bloomington Chief of Police Jeff Potts says formal charges will be filed on Monday against 24-year-old Emmanuel Deshawn Aranda. He was arrested at the mall's transit station after running away from the scene yesterday afternoon. He's being held on charges of attempted homicide. The 5-year-old is still alive and remains in critical condition.
I think it goes without saying, but anytime you deal with a situation like this, it's very difficult. But when you add in the element that this is a 5-year-old child, it makes it very, very difficult on everybody that was involved. Again, our officers, the staff at the Mall of America, the witnesses that are involved, just please continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they've dealt with a very difficult situation.
Bloomington police say they've had 3 prior contacts with Aranda, 2 of which were connected to throwing things off the upper level of the mall. In another case, he assaulted a woman inside a restaurant after she refused to buy him food. Around the state tonight, an assistant police chief in the La Crosse area has announced his retirement just days after being put on leave. Onalaska Assistant Police Chief Jeffrey Cavender made the announcement yesterday. This comes just 2 days after he was placed on paid administrative leave, pending the outcome of an internal investigation. Earlier in the week, Onalaska's fire chief, Billy Hayes, was also placed on paid administrative leave following an OWI arrest. When asked if the 2 cases were related, the mayor said he wasn't able to comment without consulting with the city's legal department. More local news now. It may not feel like we're getting any closer to summer, but a summertime classic is back. The Dane County Farmers Market opened for business this morning for the 84th year. From the spring to the fall, 270 producers from around the state will set up on the Capitol Square. While there is an indoor event during the winter, farmers and other vendors say they're happy to see the outdoor markets return.
Everything's going to get warmer, more people are going to come out. You know, there's still not as many vendors yet, but soon there's going to be the asparagus and the strawberries. And
Madison's market is the country's largest producer-only farmers market. The final chapter for Baraboo Dairy Farmer today.
Sold her 2,050. We gotta go with 2,050.
Today, the book was closed for World Dairy Expo President Mike Holschenbach. The dairy herd at Heatherstone Enterprises was auctioned off to bidders from around the country. When the sale is over, more than 200 cows, calves, and yearlings will go to new homes. The family has been planning for this sale for 2 years, but Mike says that doesn't make it any easier.
It's going to be an empty feeling. I think I'm past the worst of it, but we have to load these animals on trailers and see them drive away today. And that will be equally, I think, emotional for us. Dairy has been our livelihood and our life, and these are almost like children to us.
Today's sale marked the end of more than 60 years of breeding cattle for Mike's family. Coming up on News 3 Now, you might not think you need another cleaning tool, but a steam mop could get your home the cleanest it's ever been. Consumer Reports takes a look. Are you a clean freak? Maybe you've got a mop, a bucket, multiple vacuums, a Swiffer, and a wet jet, but maybe you need to add a steam mop to that collection. Before you spend the money and work to find storage space for yet another cleaning machine, check out Consumer Reports' latest steam mop tests.
Steam mops claim to clean the tough stains and sanitize.
Steam mops seem like they'd be a more convenient option because you don't have to get a water bucket out, you don't have to drag the mop back and forth to clean it, and that steam really seems like it'd be tough on grime.
To see how well each mop can clean up messes, testers applied jam, mustard, and ketchup to floor tiles. Each tile gets the same amount in the same spot. Then, this specifically designed device allows testers to step back and watch the machines go to work. To keep tests fair, each mop makes 10 strokes back and forth for a total of 20 passes. The tests are actually designed to leave behind some of the mess.
If the mops cleaned up all the stains, we wouldn't be able to detect cleaning performance differences between the mops. Therefore, we take a photo before and after each test.
Then, testers use photo imaging software to measure the change in image before and after cleaning. The difference is then converted to a score. The results? Just because there's steam doesn't mean all of the mops can clean. This $80 Shark Steam Pocket, you have to keep the mop moving back and forth to pump steam into the mop head, something Consumer Reports testers found annoying. This Bissell Power Fresh Slim for $130 outcleaned the other mops. For slightly less cleaning performance, Consumer Reports recommends this $100 Shark Genius. It offers convenient cord storage. You can also flip it over to spray steam directly on a stain and use both sides of the mop. If tough stain scrubbing is your goal, this $90 Consumer Reports Best Buy Bissell Power Fresh Deluxe comes with an extra brush for deeper scrubbing and very good cleaning power. I'm Chris Lewinberg, News 3 Now.
If you're still on the fence about whether a steam mop is the way to go, know this: all of the steam mops Consumer Reports tested required distilled water, and all of them left residual moisture behind, which isn't good for hardwood and laminate floors. Coming up on News 3 Now, how local weather spotters are getting ready for tornado season.
And after some sunshine, but the clouds staying tough today, I'll tell you about the possibility of some snow showers on the way in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Despite winter having what is hopefully its last hurrah on Wednesday, today marks the end of tornado and severe weather week in Wisconsin. But with tornado season officially upon us, many weather spotters gathered at Madison College for the Dark Skies Weather Seminar today. Spotters identify and report severe weather to the National Weather Service. They learned more about severe weather spotting, preparedness, and the role of emergency management teams when disaster strikes.
As much as we can provide forecasts and have some of the best weather observations in the world, it still comes down to you making a decision and being able to go, oh, I need to prepare for this upcoming tornado.
Our own chief meteorologist Gary Canalti spoke at the seminar and helped guide attendees through some severe weather scenarios. Let's get a look at your first alert weather. Good to be prepared for all those situations, definitely, Dave. I know we had the siren test also yesterday.
Yeah, now is the time to make sure that we are ready before these severe weather strikes. And for some of us across the country, severe weather is striking today, like across portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. This powerful low pressure system continuing to spin through that part of the country. Some severe thunderstorm and even some tornado warnings right now across Mississippi. This low pressure system will continue to lift to the north over the next 24 hours. It won't bring us any severe weather. However, we'll be on the cold side of this, and there is a possibility of a few snow showers across southeastern Wisconsin as we head into Sunday. More on that in just a little bit. We started off with the sunshine. I think it's hard to remember with all the clouds that have been here this afternoon. We've seen some breaks, but not enough to get high temperatures above the low 40s. That's where we ended up in Madison today. Here's what it looks like right now on the Edgewater Sky Cam. Mostly cloudy skies, so still ending up about 15 degrees below normal for this time of year, and we're pretty close to the normal low. I guess we can celebrate that if we want to, but it's still going to be very chilly tomorrow with highs struggling to get to 40 degrees across southern Wisconsin. High temperatures in some other spots, 41 in Watertown and in Waukesha. At least Janesville got close to 50 degrees. I guess we can all take some solace in that. 44 in Monroe and 45 in Platteville. Right now, those temperatures dipping into the upper 30s in Madison and in Watertown, still in the low 40s in Monroe. Wind speeds better today. So that did make a big difference, especially in the morning hours when we had that sunshine. Still a little bit breezy at times, but nothing compared to what we experienced over the past couple of days. For tonight, becoming mostly cloudy and still remaining chilly outside with temperatures in the low 30s. As we head into tomorrow, there's an outside chance of a few snowflakes, some rain showers across southern Wisconsin, breezy and chilly with highs in the upper 30s. So on future track, we notice the clouds increasing as we head into the overnight hours, starting off in the low 30s. I'm going to move to the other side here so we can see exactly where I think the best chance of seeing some of those snow showers is. And it's really across far southeastern Wisconsin, folks. There has been some waffling with our forecast models, whether or not this is going to track a little bit farther to the west. So we do have that possibility in the forecast. But I think the best chance of seeing some accumulating snow, mainly on grassy surfaces once again, will be closer to Waukesha and Milwaukee and Kenosha. So that's something to keep in mind. And I do think we'll get those warmer temperatures, warmer in quotations. We'll call it milder temperatures back on Friday. So here is expected snowfall, generally looking at about a trace to maybe an inch on grassy surfaces for spots like Madison, Monroe into Janesville, and then closer to Kenosha, Milwaukee, and Waukesha, about 1 to 3 inches of snow possible. But similar to the last system, there could be some issues with visibility, so keep that in mind if you're traveling closer to Milwaukee tomorrow. Here's the 10-day forecast looking at temperatures in the 60s as we head into Tuesday, and we could have some more rain showers, and April rain showers looking likely for much of next week, and some thunderstorms as well for Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, Easter Sunday looking nice though, with temperatures in the 60s and plenty of sunshine.
I like how you said pick those little things to celebrate.
Exactly.
That's what we got to do. Thank you, Dave. Well, it was a little chilly, but a lot of Badger fans out for spring practice today. More from Camp Randall next in sports.
It's here.
Well, Badger fans getting their first and only glimpse of the new look Badgers this spring. The team opening up practice today. It was a pretty sizable crowd, too, given the fact that it was 37 degrees and very windy at Camp Randall. Of course, a lot of fans wanting to get a look at the quarterback battle, particularly the incumbent Jack Cohn against newbie Graham Mertz. But the players definitely appreciated the couple hundreds of fans that came to watch, especially as we get closer to this season.
Oh yeah, it gives everybody a little energy. Your family's here, your friends are here, so it just kind of raises the excitement level. It's nice to get some people out here. It kind of makes it feel more like a game. So yeah, it was fun.
It definitely feel good to have the people out here. You know, the fans and everything. You know, the kids running around and everything. You know, in practice we get used to just seeing the coaches on the sideline, so it's nice to have them out here.
Your softball team in a tough battle to the east this weekend. Wisconsin already lost game 1 of the series to Northwestern yesterday. The Wildcats are undefeated in the Big Ten along with Michigan. Now the Badgers losing game 2 of the series. Even though 3 players hit home runs, the Wildcats put up a big 4th inning with scoring 4 runs to take the lead. Series wraps up tomorrow at 3:30. If you stayed up to watch the Brewers last night, major props to you. This one ending past midnight last night at Dodger Stadium, but it was worth it. The Brewers beat the Dodgers 8-5 with former Dodger Yasmani Grandal hitting a 2-run home run and driving in 3 runs. The game will get underway around 8 o'clock tonight with Zach Davies starting on the mound. He's gotten this season off to a stellar start, 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. He'll be opposed by Caleb Ferguson, who is making his first start this season. Again, first pitch at 8:10 at Chavez Ravine. Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer winning a big award today. He was named the 2019 National Basketball Coaches Association Coach of the Year. Now, this one is particularly important because it's voted by all of the other coaches in the NBA, so his peers. But the focus right now is on game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow. The Bucks hosting the Pistons at 6. And even though the Bucks are the top seed, the team doesn't feel any extra stress.
I think it's a little overhyped. I mean, I don't know if we feel pressure. I think, you know, we have the right sort of focus, the right mindset. You know, we realize what we want to do, what's at stake. And, you know, I think we have the right intensity and urgency.
You know, I think we've talked a little bit about, you know, the habits that you build during the regular season, or, you know, the reason you build your habits is so you're ready for the playoffs. And so I think the group has a focus and a confidence that they've kind of earned, but now, you know, we haven't done anything. We know we've got to go and, you know, be prepared for game 1 and be prepared for Detroit.
And in case you missed it, round 3 of the Masters in the books, and Francesco Molinari in the lead by 2 strokes. But a tight race behind him, Tony Finau and Tiger Woods tied for 2nd. Now, weather conditions expected to be not great for golf tomorrow in Augusta, so they're changing it up there. The pros will play in 3s starting at 8 a.m. Central tomorrow so they can beat the storms. The coverage is scheduled for 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on WISC-TV. And if you missed that early morning because you're sleeping in or whatever, you can catch it again at 1 o'clock. They'll have a rebroadcast of it afterwards.
Okay, what's weather like around here?
Well, we could have some snow showers for the Bucks game in Milwaukee tomorrow, but around here in Madison, a few snow showers possible. It is chilly tomorrow with temperatures in the upper 30s. We're in the 50s, though, as we head into Monday.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 10 o'clock.